Namaste, Masters. Again, welcome back. Just wanted Kannaji to, tell us certain things, how we can understand the text better and more. That is why uh, the initiation. And going, I just posted the Bhaja Govindam lyrics for you all in case if you want to, read along or check along. And I just posted one of our Gurudev's video also for you to see in case if you're having time, just go through it. And then we will just quickly go because we have to finish in 2 days' time. We have a time limit now set also till Wednesday. No, it is no like that. We can take little time on Wednesday also. But we have finished seeing Shankaracharya's first 12 slokas and the meaning very briefly again and again. And then the Sishyas of Shankaracharya, whoever has started getting inspired by his this song again, whatever they have told, we have started. So in that, if we see 14th sloka is Dwadasa Manjrika, that is a general common sloka, if you can skip that. So 15th sloka will be sloka number 14 actually. This 15, 16 and 17 he will say the negative how the sadhus are not pure, how the sadhus are just putting a robe, they are not up to the life's goal or they're not working towards it, like that he will say those things from the 15, 16 and 17. So Udara Nimitam on the 15th, on the sake, for the sake of the belly. Udara Nimitam means for belly's sake, to keep yourself uh, food on your stomach. They will put jatilo, they will shave their head or they will put matted hair, and then they will put the orange robe on them, a hair's pulled out or matted hair or a shaved head, whatever it is outside. These are all outside to show the world. They will put this vesham, they will put their look, make themselves look like that, but inside they're doing not for learning or not for setting a higher living their standard up to the higher level, but only this to udara nimittam, for the belly's sake. These are different disguises they will put. So that is what the 15th one. 16th one, quickly we will go to Angam Galitam. That is also the same way. Yeah. See, in this sannyasa robe, even they say, our Gurudev in his commentary says, even Ravana, when he wanted to capture Sita Devi, he came as a sannyasi roopam, they say, even in Ramayanam, like that. Sita also, he came to take away. Classic example is that with the robe of a sannyasi. So you have to be very careful. We don't know who's a truthful one or who's not the truthful one. We have to, when we know, work out and take a proper guru, a realized guru, then now next he will tell about the realized persons, what are their qualities, then we will know whom to catch hold of and whom not to catch hold of. So the next one is Angam Galitam, is that the body is, as you age old, and again you have not given up your desires. That is the 15th one. You have become old, your body has given up, your hair has turned gray, your teeth have fallen, you can't stand straight, you take the help of a stick, but even then, tadapina muchyata asa pindam. Even then, the desires are not given up. So for that, we say, even when you're in youth, slowly start cultivate this habit of giving up on your desires. Then, as you age old, you will slowly get into that peaceful, retired state without any disturbances. Otherwise, you will have so much of desires in you to fulfill, but the body will not be helpful to you. So when you are when you are in youth itself, slowly practice this. Make it as a habit to control desires. When your maturity comes, when your retirement, you have this inner joy. You don't have any difficulties when you grow old. So correctly he will say, first your hair goes in this Shankaracharya says, the first appearance of the man, when you grow old, hair becomes gray, and then the teeth start falling, and then your backbone is always bending, and then you need help of some stick or something to hold on to and walk. And then, even then, if your don't desires don't go away, it is going to be very difficult in the last stages also. That was done by Totakacharya for this. And then the 16th one we saw same thing. In how they sit like this in the temple in front of the sun, and back folded legs with the knees held, and then under the shelter of the tree, but then they sit, but then also they are not avoid of desires in front of the in front of the fire or with showing their back at the sun, late in night sits with the knee, holding their knees like that, receives alms on his own trees, and then even then the desire does not spare him. So even giving up in this stanza, what we saw mainly is giving up your necessities, like, desires, not forcibly, and then having a want for that inside, like, that we saw how, like, giving up your desires is not the real sacrifice. You must entirely erase that from your system, like, you can't renounce just outside worldly object and then have an inner desire to have it, like how I had the desire for ice cream, or how with the non-veg people had the desire to eat non-veg, but then they are forced to give up. Okay, this is, we have come to meditation, we have to give up, like that. So that has to go, that entirely you have to wipe out that. That is like, again, compared to the Rakshasas doing tapas. The Rakshasas do also tapas. Ravana did tapas, or Hiranyakashipu did tapas, but it didn't help them spiritually grow. It put them down. It pulled them down. So, like that, he says here in that sloka, that is what we saw. Self denial cannot produce. Only denying yourself, okay, 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 I'm going to be like, I'm going to renounce this, I'm going to give up sweets, I'm going to give up coffee, will not only accompany it with knowledge and mental purity. You have to have that. Otherwise, you cannot climb on the ladder. That is what it said. And then Kurte, second, the next one is Kurte Ganga Sagara Sangha. You are going on pilgrimage and then taking vows and then distributing gifts and then even 100 lives. Here he say, Bhajatina Muktim Janma Satina. Even 100 lives you take, you go around temples without knowing the meaning, or you do vow, you, like, you do tapas, or you do fasting, you do the puja vidhi and everything. Danam, even you give on danam also. Jnana Vitina. And unless you have the knowledge, unless you have this higher knowledge, even all these activities, whatever you have done, might help you a little bit on the lower level, but it will not give you mukti. Mukti is never possible when you are doing this without knowledge. Without knowledge, first of all, for the sake of doing it, and without understanding the real teachings. If we do, even in 100 lives, like, you can go around the temple. This how like, Giri Pradeshanam, how we saw, like, he says, well, like how a 9-year-old pregnant lady will walk slowly, step by step. That, like that, you have to go in a temple and walk. Those days, it was not like that. It was like, and we were also growing up. We were also small children. And we will just do namaskaram or Ganesha, you see. And south, our temples are vast. Our temples have unlimited number of idols. We have, like, Ganesha this side, Muruga, Kartikeya, or you have Amma, you have Shiva, and you have Vishnu's. Every pillar will have a deity in front of you. And when we are small, we are not used to this knowledge, or you're not knowing about this subject. So we used just to go materialistically pray, and then, and actually, if we will always have an idea, like, in our mind, okay, at the end of the all the end exit of the temple, there is a what do you say, prasadam counter. So we will be thinking, okay, what prasadam Appa will buy for us today. That much only our buddhi was when we were younger ages, even till going to college, even 12th standard. Even nowadays, still in a different, maybe with those days, okay, why they keep exit only that prasadam counter. So we'll be thinking what we will get today as a prasadam, like that. Even in the month of Marga Sisha, you call, or Margali month, we call December 15th to January 15th. That is the coldest time of the year, right? And we want to be under the bed. And that is very auspicious if you go in the morning and pray in the temple. So 4:45 to 5 o'clock, we have to be in the temple. And then we will go. But I will be chanting everything. But then after finishing everything, every time they get a nice prasadam in the temple in the morning, it will be a Chakra Pongal, or it will be a Puliora or something. Oh, today is my favorite. These are certain days they have fixed recipe. Oh, today is my favorite. So that will give me happiness more than chanting to the Lord's name. Like that, if you get how many 100 Janmas also, you will not reach anywhere. You will not reach anywhere. That is what you say. You go to Ganga Sagar, you go to Rameshwar, you do Pradakshinam, you people roll on the floor, like, Anga Pradashanam, or you do step by step until you have the correct, like, correct knowledge of the infinite reality where you have to reach. Nothing of these things will give us a, mm, give us what? Give us mukti. That is what he says. In any number of janmas you can take, you will not get mukti by all these things. From 18th, now is the correct number we have to remember. That is Sura Mandira Moola Nivasaha. This is how a realized proper saintly person or a realized Jivan Mukta will live. From this, we have to learn. So, till now, the negatives are all finished from 18th. Sura Mandira Moola Nivasaha. Dwelling under the some tree, okay, sheltering, taking shelter in under some tree and sleeping on that floor, like, on that. Any temple floor or any floor under the tree. Sayya Bhutala Maja Suramandira Moola Nivasaha Sayya Bhutala Majanam Vasaha, like, living, taking shelter under the tree and sleeping under the tree for bed as using as a bed. Sarva Parigraha Bhoga Tyaga, giving up everything. Okay, this is proper giving up, not that fake giving up everything, wearing deer skin. Okay, Sarva Bhoga means all the enjoyments, giving up everything. Kasya Sukamna Karoti Viragaha. This person will always be in happiness because he is not falsely giving up anything. He is honestly, truly giving up all his needs, sheltering under the temple, sleeping under the tree, sleeping under the naked ground, wearing a deer skin, thus renouncing all ideas of this is so good. It'll we can tell to everybody, like, around maybe Ramana Maharishi. He just came out. He just when he came, very little money he took for the train fare till to reach Tiruvannamalai. So even as he didn't have money, he, like, he had to stop over somewhere and take and then reach. And whatever balance money he had, he just put it in the pond. As soon as he reached the temple, he just gave away he just removed his dress, he just shaved and then just sat. That's it. Maunam, and he just sat in his internal self, in self, Atma, you can say, or whatever he can connect to the Shiva in that temple and everything. He just sat like that, sheltering. And he had to, even then, they used to have this police sadhus will come and trouble him. He didn't move up, give up like that. These are the real, true, realized persons will be. And what is, these people will definitely be happy. These people, there is no doubt, happiness will be with them because having realized the self, they have realized what they have realized the self, that the Upanishad teaching, what I am, me as Meena, I am, it is like, if I say I am from Brahman, so the same me is in you, Padma, or the same as Vinita, same as Lakshmi ji, same as in our friend uh, Pratima. All are same. Okay. So when I realize that, then there is no difference. I will feel, oh, Pratima is doing more than me, or Vinita is done like, more money, or you have more wealth, or you have a beautiful. I will not have any of this competitions, or I will not have any of the sadness coming out because I'm not comparing. I am happy because I am the one in everything. So I cannot be jealous of myself. So one that is the truth. No, that is the highest reality. The person who has realized that highest self, being in self, he is always happy. So this realized person, this Jivan Mukti, or who has established in this, for him there is a man of perfection. He is free to do whatever he wants. Yeah, he can, it is like, it will look like as if he is enjoying the sense, but he is not. Inside he is totally renounced. So he, like, how this is like, how a doctor has the freedom to cut open and operate a patient, like same freedom this man of perfection has. How Supreme Court, the judge, or like, or the president of India has a freedom to like, to give a punishment or to reduce the punishment, that much freedom this person has. And how a father will not hand over the cash box until he has the confidence, and the free a father has the freedom to know the confidence, and when the child is ready to hand over, like that this man of perfection will not. Because why he has the freedom? Because he cannot do anything immorally, because he has realized, so I cannot do anything wrong. If I'm hurting Padma with some words, I know I'm hurting myself, right? So I cannot hurt you. So when I realize that truth, that one Supreme Brahman, not only in you all, I am the table or light or lamp or the screen, everything. That much you have to be in oneness. That very lovely example of how we always say about that. Veda Vyasa and son Sukamuni. Veda Vyasa, son Sukamuni, he never sees any difference. So when Vyasa is walking, the girls will cover themselves, and when Sukamuni Dev is walking, they will not bother even to cover themselves. They are taking bath in the river. That is a perfect example for always. That much he sees oneness. When Vyasa will come back to the ladies and ask, no, why I am old man? Why are you covering when I am going? This my son is younger boy, and you're all not even bothered to cover. You are taking bath in the river. Then he says, see, your son never came back with a question. You came back with a question because you thought of you are different, we are different, this is different, that is different, bathing, or like, so that much if we feel oneness, that person will never do anything morally harm. He will always be goodness in him towards the society. So he will always dwell in his happiness. He doesn't get happiness from outside source. He doesn't need any outside enjoyment of through his senses, to watch something to feel happy, to hear something to feel happy, to eat something to feel happy. So that spotless, perfect, joyful person he becomes. So for him, happiness is always permanent happiness. It is not a coming and going happiness. Then about the next one is about Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is very, very sacred for text for us. It is very, very important. They say it is a Panchamo Veda also. They say it is the fifth Veda. Like four Vedas are there, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana. This is the fifth Veda. So nothing, everything is covered in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna has not left anything unturned. Krishna has not left anything. How you live, how you eat, how you sleep, what is inside your body, how you, like, how you work. Give up the fruits of action. Don't do, like, don't expect any results from what you do. You do your work, and then surrender to me. Or bhakti yoga, you surrender fully to me, I am there to take care of you. Or in karma yoga, you do your work as if you're only an instrument. I am doing the work, is getting done through you, that's all. You have no don't take your egoistic like I am doing, I am taking class well, I'm taking, no, I'm doing cooking well. Don't take your credit, just leave your credit away, surrender to me fully. Or jnana yoga, how you're not the body, how you realize, work on, like, with the knowledge of I am not the body, I am not this mind, I'm not this, like, none. They say no, no, no first for everything. I'm not the Buddhi, I'm Mano, like, Shankaracharya's another famous Nirvana Shatakam, how it says same way. That knowledge, if you take and if you work. So Bhagavad Gita come, like, fully covers everything of what we have to know. So he says non kinchita gita. He says don't even have to, like, study all the 700 by heart everything, or read all the meaning, which is not possible. We never say we have read Gita. You should see we are reading always, because every time you read, the Gita will give you a new important lesson. Every time you go through the same sloka one more time, it will give a different idea, different viewpoint, and whatever, like, that is Krishna's greatness. Whatever we need, he will give it through that. So Bhagavad Gita, Kinchit Gita, one, two lines also you take in that, and if you can live your life in that, it will be benefited for you. And then the next one is Ganga Jalam. He says about purity of Ganges water. It is not that only that Ganges water is coming from there, and it is. Ganges water, our Gurudev videos, one more video is there about Ganges water also. I will post it later. He says Ganges water doesn't get, like, our tap water, if you catch and keep 2 days, you can see full warmth. Ganges water, why we all bring whenever we go travel and keep in our houses, nothing happens. And it is not only the Ganges water removes sin or anything like that. That knowledge, that is Akasha Ganga, that knowledge also we have to realize. And it comes through Lord Shiva's meditative, and then he catches in his head, and from his head it comes down, like, the path of Ganga coming down also. There is a nice video of our Gurudev, I will post it. So a sip of Ganga water, and who has worshipped at least once Lord Murari. Once, only worshipping once Lord Murari is not enough. But here he says, even at least once you say, fall at his feet, surrender everything to him, he will take care. Like there are so many examples for that we saw also. Like, they say, last time, if I can't remember Krishna, now only I'm telling you, when my last minute is there, come. There is no sarcha with Lord Yama. If you do these three things, you don't have to worry in the last. You will easily transcend this lifetime and then come to the next lifetime. That is what. And here our Gurudev only said, I think, but I didn't read it. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also stays near that river, no, that Kashi, his ashram, or that Kali temple is near Ganges river. So everybody said, wow, how is that sin goes away? You are saying, Paramahamsa, is it true? But then these, look at these all people who are in Calcutta, all those highly educated or very knowledgeable, rich people who do all wrong, they also take bath in the same Ganges every time. Why this? And you're saying sin is going away. Is it true? Sin will go away. Like that, they ask him. Then they say, like, no, sir, sin will go away But for that he says no, they are like the buffaloes, like the buffaloes are very slow mandabutis, like what do you say, the Rajas, not Rajasic, Tamasic animal, like they will just be standing in front. Nothing will move them easily. Like don't be like a buffalo. Is so the buffaloes are there going to the Ganges. Then our Gurudev says, see, there are flies sitting on its leg. So as the buffalo steps into the Ganges water, the flies will come to its belly. It seems okay. Then the buffalo will go little more inside the Ganges water. The flies will come towards its back, and then again the buffalo goes inside to take a dip in the water. It will come to the head, and then buffalo fully, like merges himself fully into the Ganges and gets up. Flies will go away, but they will not leave him. They will be up on his head waiting. The buffalo will get up, they will all come back and sit. So same way sin will not go for these people, materialistic world, who don't realize the true knowledge, and they will wait. The sin is waiting outside. When they get up from the Ganges, they will again come and sit in the head, like the how it sits, how the flies sit on the buffalo's head, like that. Sometimes it is nice to hear his way of explanation of any of Gita slokas and all those things, like that. So this is what Gurudev was saying about our Ganga Jala. That the true knowledge of Ganga, we should think and then take a sip of water of the Ganga also. And Murari. Murari, why we call Krishna Murari is we all know that he had, um, mm, killed that demon. So, little time you do prayer also. There is no such charsha, means there is no discussion, there is no, there is no, when the Yama comes, you transcend your death very easily, very happily, nothing to worry about it. So, that is, yeah, that is that with that sloka. Then uh, next is Yoga Rateva. Just a minute. I just want to see if that is the next sloka. My dear friends, 1 minute. 17, 18. Kurute Ganga. Bhagavad Gita. Kinchina Gita. Okay. In this book, I'm having Yoga Rateva, Bhoga Rateva. That
We are
is
done
not.
with 21, Minaji. 20
That is
seconds.
that is come 22nd. Okay.
Huh.
So I will go with this loka
Karana.
because in my book it is come as 19 here. Yoga rateva, bhoga rateva, sangha rateva, sangha vihinaha, yasya brahmani ramate chintam, nandatya eva. This also he says a realized person, he can reveal himself in yoga, or he can reveal himself in bhoga, or seek enjoyment with sangam. Like sangam means together with people, or sangha vihina, without people also. Brahmani, because he is all, he can be happy with the crowd, without the crowd. For him, Brahman reveals his pose, because in his mind is always with the Brahman, pure with the Para Brahman. Nandati, he enjoys Nandati Eva. All the time he is in this blissful state. This is again the quality of a realized person or a realized master. Yeah. Mind is at rest, it is joy always. If we have a little bit control on our mind, it is happiness always. Once, once we understand this, you can be in yoga, you can be in yoga doing, or you can even dwell in desires, boga also. But you in your mind, completely you're in that state of sachidananda state. Nothing will affect you. You will be as a sakshi looking, and then you will see yourself in yoga. If with company you're happy, without company also you'll be happy. Okay, you will not to a realized master, he's always in a blissful state, whatever happens around him. Yeah, that is what they say. No, you have not only in Himalayas, I will go, I will be alone, I will sit, I will meditate, I will realize, that also will not help. And being in the materialistic thing, fully under materialistic also will not help. The one who is wherever he is, who can be in whatever surroundings, he has to be in a blissful form, whatever is behind him. You can do enjoyment, you can do alone, you can be a talking, you can be whatever state is happening around you, you still have that Nischala Tattvam in you. Then it is one of the, again, Nandati. He is always in a very, very happy state of mind every time. Yeah. So with this, we will close today's class, my dear friends, because 3 o'clock